Hello, I'm Dan and welcome to another YouTube battle report. Today we have the Protectorate of Menoth versus Legion of Everblight. Both sides have 35 points. On the left hand side we have the Protectorate of Menoth led by Kreoss. Apologies for the lack of painted models in this one. My son decided he wanted to play the Protectorate of Menoth and I haven't had a chance to paint them, so sorry about that. And on the right hand side of the screen we have Lylyth and her Legion of Everblight. The scenario we're playing is Incursion, and we have 3 flags which you can dominate or control for 1 control point. Because this is the 2015 package, none of the flags disappear. So the first player to get 5 control points or cast a kill will win the game. Scoring doesn't start until the start of the second player's second turn. In Kreoss's battle group we have the Repenter, a Crusader, Kreoss himself and a Vanquisher. We also have a Choir of Menoth and a maximum unit of Exemplar Incinerators, as well as the Avatar of Menoth. So the idea is that they're going to advance up, the Incinerators and the Avatar will start contesting zones, Kreoss will use his feet, knock everything down and finish everything off. In Lylyth's battle group we have a Shredder, another Shredder, Angelius, a third Shredder, Lylyth, a Shepherd and a Ravagore. The idea here is that they're going to advance up a bit more cautiously, start contesting zones. Lylyth will pop her feet and shoot everything down. So it's definitely going to be Battle of the Feats, this one. And on the far side of the screen we have Blighted Nisraptors again and a Nisarival. I thought I'd give these guys another run out and see how they get on. At least in this one there are a few more living targets for them to go after, and certainly their speed should help them start contesting and controlling flags. If they can get round the sides and start threatening the Choir and Kreoss himself, then that would be even better. Okay, Protector of Menoth, turn 1. Everything runs up. The Protector army is quite slow, so they don't run up particularly far. The Choir sing Passage, so that I can't shoot them in my turn. And everything starts hiding behind walls. Kreoss puts Defender's Ward up on the Incinerators. The Avatar's lurking behind them just in case they start getting shenanigans around the flank. And everything's just poised, waiting to see what the Legion does. So on to Legion of Everblight turn 1. Everything advances up. The Raptors run pretty quickly and start getting in a position to start controlling the far flag. Whereas everything on the near side, nearish Kreoss, starts advancing a bit more slowly. Lylyth gets behind the wall to get the cover bonuses, so that even if she does get knocked down she might be a bit more difficult to hit. But yeah, everything is just poised, waiting to see what Menoth do. So the board overall looks like this. The Raptors starting to get on the front flag, but everything a bit more cagey towards the bottom of the screen. I think both players are waiting to see what the other does. The Angelius is hiding behind an obstruction, seeing if the Crusader will come out so we can have a go at him, and potentially the Shredder's having a go as well. And the Ravagore is just going to be there, just inside, just to keep Kreoss on his toes. Protectorate of Menoth turn 2. So the Incinerators once again run up. They get a bit more close to the Raptors there, so they can shift them off the flag. They are contesting 2 flags at the moment, so they'll be the first target for the Raptors, I'm sure. Again, the Avatar is there just in case he needs to start helping mop up. Everything else advances up, contesting the flags and ready to start destroying stuff. So as you can see, this is the overview. The Choir are nicely safe back there. Kreoss is behind a wall. The Incinerators have still got Defender's Ward up on them, so that hopefully they can weather the storm of shooting from the Raptors and then get a counter attack in. The Crusader and Vanquisher are both contesting the zones, as is the Repenter, and they can hopefully start putting some pressure on the Legion player. Legion of Everblight, turn 2. The Raptors at the top of the screen move up to control the flag. They need to kill one of the Incinerators that are contesting it, but unfortunately, due to Defender's Ward, they're unable to get the job done. Not only that, because they've damaged him, the Incinerators will now get +2 speed, so the counter attack is going to be quite brutal. At the bottom of the screen, the Angelius destroys the Crusader with the help of a Shredder, and Lylyth pops feet. A lucky Ravagore shot managed to get Kreoss, turn him on fire and do a substantial amount of damage to him. So Kreoss has got 7 health points left and is on fire. So although the rest of the turn hadn't been particularly brilliant, this one move could well change the game. If the fire doesn't go out, and if Kreoss manages to advance forward and not kill everything, then he could well be easy pickings. Protectorate of Menoth, turn 3. So it's now time for Kreoss to pop his feet. In retaliation, he walks across the wall, pops his feet, everyone, including Lylyth, is knocked down. And then the Incinerators go ahead and absolutely annihilate the Raptors, plus a couple of Shredders. Both Warjacks, the Vanquisher and the Repenter, come up and attack Lylyth, but she's got enough transfers that she's able to put the damage onto the Ravagore, which almost kills him. But she has survived this round. So Legion of Everblight, turn 3. The Lylyth came up and shot at Kreoss, did a couple of points of damage. The Ravagore's shot scattered wildly off despite boosting, so that didn't help. And then the Angelius came up and just used his normal attack and bought a second attack and put a substantial amount of damage on Kreoss. He was reduced to 2 health points, which meant left the job for someone else. And the model that did the dirty deed was the remaining Raptor. So, having thought about throwing them out of the list from the previous game, I decided to keep them in, and they certainly paid dividends in this one. Finishing off Kreoss was no small feat, and they did themselves proud. So I think I'll keep them in for the time being. They've earned a reprieve. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this battle report. Sorry again for the lack of painted models. Goodbye and take care.